Well, since my Infinity War video went on a slight tangent and spawned an adjacent Doctor Strange 2016 video, it appears it's gonna blow past its assigned spot on the upload schedule, so we need to fast track the Avatar 2 video to get it out in time for Fire and Ash.
Burn them.
We're back in Pandora and it turns out Jake has been doing some fucking. Ugh, that lucky dog. Bro has no idea how badly I wanna fuck his wife. As a result of all this sinful premarital sex they've been having, they now have a wide variety of kids with names that are luckily quite easy to remember. We have their firstborn son Neteyam, their Immaculate Conception adopted baby Kiri, who was born from Grace's dead avatar because apparently the Holy Spirit came down and knocked her up before she kicked the bucket. Although it is rumored that other avatar guy might have been spreading her legs behind the scenes.
Bro, you're right, he's like in every shot. Bro, look, he's giving her looks.
The Tarzan looking motherfucker is orphan racism baby Spider, who isn't really their kid but was born at the end of the last movie, so he just hangs around with Jake's kids. I call him orphan racism baby because he got the old Batman origin story. And Neytiri wants him to go back to where he came from.
To Neytiri, he would always be alien. One of them.
Even though her husband is literally a human and her first daughter is also the spawn of another human. The prejudice doesn't make any sense, baby girl, what are you doing? Then we have their second son Loak and their second daughter Tuk. But wait, there's more! Apparently, instead of getting some much needed character development in our first movie, it seems like all of our main characters were secretly fucking off screen. It turns out that Spider, the racism orphan baby, is actually the child of Big Soldier Man, who they apparently brought back as a clone for the sequel because, you know, he was such a great and deeply complex character in the first movie. Also, I need to point out how crazy it is that the simplistically reductive names I gave some of the ancillary characters in my first Avatar video, like Big Soldier Man, other Avatar guy, Science guy, and Capitalist guy, is exactly what Jake calls one of them in his summary of the previous movie.
When we sent the Sky people back to Earth, a few of them stayed. Science guys, loyal to the Na'vi.
The movie basically just said, those niggas were so forgettable, we're not even gonna pretend like their real names are important. That's some crazy fucking shit, my nigga. Anyway, the humans are back, and this time around they don't want Obtainium, fuck all that, that's old news. They instead, among other things, want to colonize Pandora to secure the future of the human race because apparently Earth is dying. Capitalist Man was such a bumbling dumbass in the first movie that they had to recast and completely gender swap our guys, so this time around we have a new man in charge, Big Soldier Lady, who by all accounts seemed to be just as dumb as Capitalist Man, but we'll come back to that later. Her primary objective is to supervise the colonization of Pandora as Big Blue, new and improved Soldier Man, tries to wipe out the Na'vi insurgency because obviously the Big Blue niggas ain't about to just let you come up in their crib and start wrecking shit. They are the one who wrecks! Alright, that should be just about enough exposition for now, so let's begin.
Here we go! Form a thought, and we will see it.
Are you fucking neurodivergent, my nigga? Why the fuck would you tell him how to beat your high-tech interrogation tactics? Am I watching Thor Ragnarok right now? For context, Big Blue Soldier Man tried to kidnap Jake's kids. They all escaped, but Spider wasn't so lucky. So now they are using some sort of telepathic futuristic technology to interrogate him in order to ascertain the location of the Na'vi. But even though they have a literal mind-reading machine, they can't get any information out of him because their mega genius fearless leader over there just foolishly told him how to defeat their fucking machine.
I don't know! Just form a picture in your mind. Is it one of the floating mountains? Let me out of here!
He's fighting us. Give us a minute.
So she's just as useless as Capitalist Man. Great.
General, let me try the personal angle.
He's not your son.
Except he literally is. The fuck? You basically just fucked yourself in the face during that interrogation even though you had a literal mind-reading machine, and now that he wants to help clean up your mess by taking advantage of their father-son connection, you're discouraging that approach because toxic masculinity? Okay, after almost losing his kids, bro decides to run away and hide amongst the water tribe. His kids have to learn how to adapt to their new environment and learn the way of water, while constantly being ridiculed for being different and slowly falling in love with the daughter of the clan leader. Just heads up, by the way, this romantic relationship goes nowhere. It's predicated on nothing. There's no real reason as to why she would like Loak in particular and not his brother or maybe even his fucking dad. It's just fucking pointless. We don't even get to know her as a character. It's just... ugh. There's so much fucking pointless shit in this movie, bro, you can't even fucking imagine, but we'll get on with the rest of the exposition. Then on the other side of the planet, Big Blue Soldier Man is training to be a Na'vi so he can use their planetary resources in conjunction with his modern day technology to find them. So they are literally just doing the first movie all over again. Twice. For about the next like 30 minutes, fucking nothing happens in the movie. The plot just gets put on pause so we can have a disjointed family drama by the ocean. Loak befriends and bonds with an outcast whale that he's not even supposed to be talking to because he was ostracized from his whale clan for killing fellow whales or some fucking bullshit like that. Kiri FaceTimes Awa to see her mom in the afterlife, then gets a seizure. Spider spends some time bonding with his dad. Big Blue Soldier Man terrorizes some neighboring clans in his quest to find Jake. The other whales come back from their like mini vacation or whatever the fuck, and apparently they're all best friends with the Water Clan niggas for some fucking reason.
It was my spirit sister.
That's cool. Hopefully that becomes relevant later. Loak befriends the brother of the girl he's trying to fuck because, and I quote, he knows what it's like to be a disappointment. Then after about an hour and 10 minutes of nothing fucking happening, we finally get introduced to the new MacGuffin of the film, Amrita, which is a liquid that is extracted from the whale brains because it stops the aging process in human beings and it sells for about 80 million per capsule. They try to frame it as the new unobtainium by saying it funds their entire operation on Pandora.
Amrita is what's paying for everything here on Pandora now.
But that doesn't make any sense because their current mission objective is the complete relocation of the human race from a planet that is literally dying. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty sure that if the fate of the entire human race was at stake, they would literally have all of the money in the world actively being funneled into this operation. They don't need to discover or manufacture a MacGuffin that serves as their brand new source of income. That's so fucking stupid. Anyway, Big Soldier Man eventually captures Jake's kids again along with the head of the Water Clan's daughter. Spider tries to save them but he gets sent back to the ship. Jake and the entire Water Clan come to save the kids, then Big Soldier Man threatens to kill the kids unless they stand down and Jake comes aboard the ship unarmed. In the process of surrendering, Loak's outcast whale friend starts destroying the ship so the Water Clan takes the opportunity to rally. After the whale stops attacking them, instead of Big Soldier Man to once again point his gun at the kids and threaten to kill them if the Water Clan doesn't surrender, he starts directly attacking Jake. Bro, you had a foolproof plan before. The kids are still there. All you need to do is threaten the kids again, then shoot Jake in the head when he comes on the ship. End of movie. The fuck are you doing? And I guess we're going all in on copying the first movie because tell me why the fuck you guys didn't restrain Spider after he very violently tried to help the kids. Why would you allow him to freely move around unsupervised after that? What if he... Oh good god, I can't deal with this fucking movie, bro. Not only are all the fucking antagonists neurodivergent, but a billion things are happening at the same time and none of them have any time to breathe. It's so long and filled with so much shit, but none of it goes anywhere or leads to anything substantial, so none of it means anything to the audience. There are so many fucking characters in this movie that it's almost impossible to flesh out any of them, and the film definitely doesn't even try. I legit can't tell you who the main character of this movie is. My best guess would be Loak because he seems like the most relatable character. He actually has some agency and he's the one who's fucking the clan leader's daughter. Jake is now a slightly better character in the sense that we actually know what his motivations are in this movie. Protect my family no matter what it takes. All his decisions stem from that core motivation, but he's still shallow enough to be very easily driven by the plot at its earliest convenience. And even our pseudo main character is just a stereotypical rebellious teenager with not much depth to him either. We still don't know what the fuck he's motivated by besides the desire to do whatever he wants. Neytiri literally doesn't even do jack shit in this movie. She has about as much agency as Took, her youngest daughter, and by virtue of always being around the pseudo main character Loak, I'm pretty sure Took has more shit to do in this movie than her mom. Neytiri would honestly have been a lot more useful if she just jumped out of my TV screen, hopped on the couch right next to me and aggressively started sucking my dick while we watched our family do jack shit for 3 hours. Big Blue Soldier Man is somehow even worse than he was in the first movie because he can't decide whether he's actually Big Soldier Man or if he's just his clone. He's primarily motivated by revenge, but if he keeps telling Spider he's not his dad because he's not that man.
I'm not that man. But I do have his memories. I'm not your father. Technically, you and I, we're nothing to each other.
Then why the fuck does he still care about killing Jake Sully? It even goes beyond his obligatory mission of eradicating the threat of their insurgency to their new mission because after claiming that he's not Big Soldier Man for 2 straight hours, he finally finds Jake and then says this bullshit.
I took you under my wing, Jake. You betrayed me. You killed your own.
Good men, good women.
So which is it, my nigga? Are you actually Big Soldier Man or are you just his clone? After her dumbass interrogation attempt, we never see Big Soldier Lady again. She gets like maybe one more scene and that's it. So the fuck was even the point of that character? Spider doesn't get to focus on bonding with his dad and is not even given a chance to pick between said biological dad and his adopted family because they get like 2 seconds of quality time, then he immediately goes back to torturing the Na'vi and fueling that internal resentment within his son. So there's no reason for him to have any real internal conflict when it comes to who he should be loyal to. Who are you going to pick, Spider? The really nice people who accepted you into their tribe and allowed you to hang around with their daughter who you'd very much like to fuck? Or are you going to side with the really old man who kills and tortures the nice blue people? Not much of a tough decision, is it? The only reason he saved his dad at the end was because it was convenient for him from a moral standpoint. He didn't have to save his dad at the cost of his adopted family. He just did it because he could. He also really wants to fuck Kiri, by the way. I haven't mentioned that up until now because, surprise, surprise, much like the romance between Loak and the leader of the Water Tribe's daughter, it doesn't fucking go anywhere. Kiri herself is just your generic, oh, I don't fit in teenage girl archetype.
Why am I different? Why can't I just be like everyone else?
Her AY-induced superpowers aren't even an ability that she has to learn to use or train to master. She just connects to the plants, gets a seizure, we find out that if she connects to the plants again she'll die, then literally 10 minutes later she connects to the plant again and starts easily kicking ass like it's nothing. So, what the fuck was the point of all this? Woof. Nathan is just your generic favorite obedient first child who's barely even in the movie. After his smoking hot mom, I'm pretty sure he gets the second least amount of screen time. There was potential for something substantial with him and his younger brother, but the movie doesn't carve out any time to focus on their golden boy rebellious delinquent sibling dynamic. Even the big ass whale that the entire village was crying about doesn't get a redemption arc or any sort of resolution to his subplot about being separated from his species. The best he got was saving Loak and his dad at the end, and even then he didn't get any praise or recognition. Jake just finally realized that for once in his life his son could actually be useful.
I see you, son.
Trying to talk about anybody's character arc in this story would be a big ass waste of time because none of them have any core beliefs that motivate them to begin with. So there's no fucking lesson for them to learn. The story is so convoluted that I can't even tell you what the movie is about. Is it a revenge movie? Is it a family drama movie? Is it a MacGuffin movie? Is it a movie about the way of water? Is it a movie about immigrating and reintegrating yourself into a new culture? Is it a movie about preventing the extinction of one race at the expense of another? Is it a movie about preventing the death of one species at the expense of another? Nobody fucking knows because it's all of those things while simultaneously being none of them all at the same time. It's fucking Schrodinger's movie at this point. So the characters are hollow, the plot is convoluted, the themes are unsubstantiated, and as we'll soon come to see, the world building is fucking non-existent. During the final battle, despite still not knowing whether their daughter was safe or even still alive, the entire Water Clan just fucks off after killing like 3 people. For the rest of the third act, they are literally nowhere to be found while their daughter constantly puts herself in harm's way in her attempts to help save her boyfriend's family. Not a single one of her family members can be found on the ship even pretending to try and save her. Not her mom, not her dad, not even her fucking brothers that Loak made friends with. You'd think the movie would take advantage of their bond and have bro risk his life to help his new friend, but they all just vanish and abandon their daughter in the middle of a firefight. It's so insane. And speaking of reinforcements that are nowhere to be found but are actually supposed to be here, why the fuck didn't Jake call for help from the humans and the Na'vi in his mountain tribe? They literally have airships that can get them to their location in no time. What the fuck was the point of all these humans with avatars, Na'vi clan members and their advanced human weaponry if they weren't gonna be in the final battle? I mean, the movie literally opens with them stealing shitloads of weapons and tech from the evil humans, so what the fuck happened to all that inventory? And what the fuck happened to all these whales that came back from vacation and had these strong connections with the Water Clan niggas? I mean, the clan leader's daughter and wife were calling them spirit sisters and telling them about the boy they wanna fuck and the kids they were about to have. The fuck was the point of all that if they can't even come help you save your children? And I know killing is not the Tukun way or whatever the fuck, but you don't have to eat anyone or hurt them. Loak's whale friend alone was enough to destabilize their main ship and destroy their boats. Imagine what would happen when like 10 more giant whales come together and gently apply pressure on the ship. The battle is literally over. Why didn't Jake rally his Na'vi and human allies from his original clan? He did it in the first movie. Why didn't Ewa command the whales to go help Jake and his family? She did it in the first movie. None of this makes any sense unless you consider the fact that both Jake and Ewa very obviously read the script and realized that the plot won't plot the way the plot not supposed to plot if they make use of all the vast resources at their disposal. It also explains why the Water Clan niggas immediately vanished from the fight without even confirming whether or not their daughter was safe. Their copy of the script probably arrived late, if not they wouldn't have even bothered coming to the battle in the first place. It all makes sense now! Anyway, they ended up killing Etem, the one nigga that nobody gives a fuck about, seeing as how he has like 5 scenes in the whole movie. I mean, I cried when he died, but that's only because it's not that hard to make me cry in a movie. All you have to do is kill a morally good character, have him slowly bleed out, have him be surrounded by a loved one who's trying to save him, have him breathe his last breath, have his loved one beg for him to wake up in disbelief, have them scream in agony, have them cry in acceptance and grief while they hold his dead body, time the sad music just right so that it aligns perfectly with each of those beats, have the whole thing be competently shot with good cinematography, and you're gonna have tears rolling down my eyes from start to finish. I'm a complete sucker for that kind of shit. But on a foundational level, his death doesn't mean jack shit. The audience doesn't know or care about him, so it affects us 0%. Even I forgot he existed like 2 seconds after his death scene was over. His parents are barely in the movie and they have like 3 scenes with him, so we don't care about their loss. His brother also has like 3 scenes with him, so you don't really feel the loss of any connection they could have had. Spider and Loak's girlfriend each have like 1 scene with him and it's happening right now, so their grief is virtually non-existent to the audience. They legit just killed bro because they wanted to raise the emotional intensity of the final battle and make my girl Neytiri go crazy for a few seconds with her arrows. That's it. Bro, I just realized they didn't even have him die at the hands of someone important like Big Blue Soldier Man or by accident as a result of his brother's recklessness. He just gets slimed out by a stray bullet from a random faceless soldier. Y'all niggas did my boy and say I'm fucking dirty, bro. What the fuck? How do you end up making a 3-hour movie where fucking nothing happens and I don't even get to fuck Neytiri at the end? 2 out of 10. Get this shit out of my face, nigga. Subscribe to my Patreon for Wekos Echo. That's my Patreon exclusive weekly podcast where I review movies, answer your questions, and react to Reddit stories. Yeah! Well, this was fun. Subscribe to the Patreon, link in the description, and I will see you guys in the next analysis.